back again. I'm making this one a little bit earlier because I'm going out tonight. Going to a party, a dinner party, I believe, of a friend. Personal invite, and the mum as well. Isn't it nice when, like, I mean, having friends is a wonderful thing, but like, having a friend's parents or brothers or sisters know you and actually like you, that's, I don't want to say better, but I suppose it just adds a layer of intimacy and closeness. Watched The Running Man today. He ran. It was kind of a chewing gum for the eyes, as my father says, which I quite like. Quite like that phrase. Yeah, my mum says she also watches the videos. She says I do that too much. Appreciate the advice, mother. Yeah, things are good. I waterproofed my shoes today. It's interesting that isn't it interesting how like I was talking to my dad about this. There's such maybe it's just me, and maybe it's just me going ooh, but I suppose it goes back to what I was saying yesterday about like there's so much positivity. Isn't it crazy? Like my phone, the ring light, the TV, everything can just be, mate. It all comes from the earth. Dirt, metal, rocks, sticks. You can probably hear them talking. But isn't it crazy that it all just comes from that? I suppose what I was saying was like, isn't it? I don't know. I forgot what I was going on about. I have not told my parents I'm making a video right now, so they're probably talking. Well, that's quite frustrating that I lost my train of thought there. I don't usually do that. Oh yeah, waterproofing. Even like waterproof. How does that work? I don't know. I'd love to know. I think I could only assume it sprays on like a layer of fast drying plastic, I guess, or elastic or rubber. Yeah, not much else going on today. As said, it's a bit like being on a holiday. I have my flu vaccination tomorrow. Excited for that. I like getting vaccinated. I'm one of the people that quite enjoys going to the dentist or the doctors or booking things in with the doctor because it makes me feel healthy, makes me feel clean. Though I am, of course, victim to the classic male thing of going, nah, we'll sort itself out. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. We just sort itself out. But it's good to be healthy. My eyes have been doing a weird thing. It feels like there's chlorine in them. I've got very blue eyes, and I don't say that from confidence, trust. I think my eyes are probably one of the 3 things I like about myself. But hey, less about me and self-hatred. What else? It's very calming to be back. It's very calming. Every time I look around my room, there's stuff. A couple of ping pong bats. For about 3 or 4 years, maybe even longer. Every summer, me and my dad would go out like every day and just play ping pong, and it was great because he would say he was happy that he could actually do stuff with me and he wouldn't need to make it easy. Like when I was younger, obviously, can't exactly play ping pong with a 5-year-old because their motor function isn't fully developed. I mean, my motor function wasn't developed when I was 12 to 16, but actually it probably was. But you know what I'm saying? I actually had some athletic, ability to me. I look at a bandana that hangs up in my room. It's a lot of stuff, it's a lot of stuff. Yeah, very peaceful, quite tired, but I'll get a second wind. I need to have a bath. I also did some writing today. The writing is going all right. As said previously, I've sort of got it all to a point where I know what's going to happen, basically. As well, Jesus. As well, you know, it's going somewhere. I think I've written enough that I'm committing to it. There's been quite a few times when I've reached 10 or 15 pages and I'll go, no, I don't like it. But I think it's, well, the first thing that's important is consistency, because if you're picking it up every month, well, one, it takes a lot longer, but two, if you're picking it up every month, you're going to reread over stuff and be like, no, that wasn't right. If you're doing it every day, the novella, the novel, the piece you're writing, you know, it changes with you, I suppose. You might look back over stuff and edit it, but I feel if you're working consistently, like, even if it's half an hour a day, you're still getting somewhere more formed, I suppose you could say. Today's one of those days where the timer just keeps on ticking. What else? I've got a TV up there now. That's pretty cool. I never had a TV in my room growing up. I was never allowed one. Yeah, since I've moved out, this room has like vastly improved. I've got, the bed is like memory foam mattress topper, 5 pillows or something on the bed. I think this is used as a guest room when I'm not here. When I'm living in London. And the TV never in my room. But now it's like I could very easily live up here. Oh golly gosh. Yeah. I worked at a care home when I was 18. I think I was probably like, that was the last time I ever felt like I truly lived here. Because I worked in a care home for a year. And it's enjoyable, very enjoyable work. Not usual work for someone who's 18, turning 19. But I suppose that's what got me into sort of teaching as well. It's like, I suppose you're getting more out of the job than just pay. I suppose, you know, if I wanted a job about money, then I'd just work at a bar or a shop where they pay me £10 an hour, and not a care home where they're paying me £8 an hour. I mean, it was enough to basically allow me to live my life, go out when I wanted to, do what I wanted to when I wanted to, and always end up with more money at the end of the week. So I guess I wasn't spending that much. But after that, I travelled around Europe for a month and change. That was brilliant, but obviously I was away from home, and after that, moved to Oxford, where I studied at drama school. And then when I came back from that, I was just genuinely like, I don't live here anymore. This is just, yeah. But I think when I started working at the care home, it's interesting, because it was only, I was 21 when I moved out. So 3 years. So I didn't really feel like I lived here for 3 years before I actually made the move. It's interesting that how your mind commits to something before it's actually happened. Obviously, called commitment, or like, sorry, these aren't the most structured. My apologies. But I was planning to make it later, but also I'm assuming that I will be tired and I will have had a drink later. So I want to make a video now before I go out. But also my friend, actually just before I started recording this, said, can you come an hour earlier? So I thought, right, I've got to get this done, and then, no, this is a job. In fact, maybe do you think that I don't think I have the viewer base to be asking questions? Maybe I'll start making them longer. maybe when we reach a month, I'll start making them 15 minutes, because it's 10 minutes now. I always feel like I hit 10 minutes, and then that's when I'm actually like getting my teeth into something. Or maybe I could just, actually prepare a bit before I make these videos. Either way, another day, another dollar. Lots of love.